Hi, welcome back. Today we've got something from Streamlight other than an actual light, and this is the Streamlight Speedlocker. You may have heard of it, you may not. I hadn't, and it's actually a pretty cool little device. So let's take a quick look. There isn't going to be a huge amount to talk about here because it's a very simple product, and it is basically a small box that you can very quickly lock. If you're in the US, you might use this to store your firearm, for example, a pistol. If you're in a country that doesn't allow pistols or the carry of pistols, then you may wish to store some valuables in it. It's a polymer based box, so this isn't the sort of box that you're going to put, your £1 million crown jewels in, and then thieves will never ever be able to get into it. You would have to buy a very expensive safe for that kind of thing. This is the sort of box that you want quick access to something. So for example, if you were in a hotel room and you didn't trust their safe because you thought the staff may have access to the safes in the room, which they often do, this is something that you could, for instance, pack in your luggage, put your valuables into, and it would give you quick access to them and obviously prevent other people from gaining access. Also, it might be something that if you've got children and you didn't want them to get their hands on something, it's the equivalent to a kind of large pill safe bottle, if you like, but obviously a lot more secure than that. So you can gain access to your goods very quickly, and other people in the household cannot. We have here on the bottom a number of keys that you can press in and out. So for example, if I tried to gain access, I press the two keys, nothing happens at all. Then you can just press the box down to reset and have another go. Obviously, if someone spent enough time with this, they could crack it, but this is not what it's designed for. As I said, it's not designed to keep people out, for weeks on end. This is just designed to stop immediate tampering with something and keep it relatively safe. If you, for example, had a pistol and you wanted to keep it somewhere in your room and you didn't want hands to get onto it other than yours, this is the kind of thing that you might use to also access it very rapidly. So I'm going to open it up. We can see I've got a combination myself on there, and that just pops the lid like so. So inside we have this sort of wire rope which is pretty sturdy, so if you wanted to lock this box to something solid in a room, you could do so. It comes with its own padlock here. So again, the padlock could be used either on its own to go through one of these holes on the side, and that would just give you a kind of double locking mechanism. Obviously that would mean it takes a little bit longer to open, but then someone's going to really struggle to get into it. They can't just try the keypad combinations. Or you can use it with this wire, so you could put the wire through those holes and then you could lock the whole thing to a secure structure in a room. So that might be something you would choose to do in a hotel room, for example. Then it also comes with a little Allen key, which will become apparent in a second, and some instructions. So we can see here that we've got, where those buttons are, a number of plastic components inside, all of which have a little screw protruding from them with a little Allen key end on it. And we can see there, if you press these in the right combination, it's actually transferring that whole locking mechanism across, and that is what you would use to unlock the box. If you press the wrong combination, then it only moves it slightly across, not enough to unlock it, and then, as I said, you can just reset it by shutting the box again. So that's how quick it is to open, like so. So very rapid access. If you want to change the button combination, you simply undo one of these pins at the bottom and replace it into the top spot there. So you can see I've got it in the 5 and the 3 there, and those are the 2 keys that actually are required to push that whole thing across. You can see how it works. They travel on this angled plane, and if you install more, you would need to press them all down in unison in order to get that thing moving. If you, for example, press another of the keys as well, it prevents it from moving just through the angles on these things. It's quite a clever little design, very, very nifty, very simple. We've got foam on the inside on both sides, and this is going to be about big enough if you're American. This is going to be about big enough for a compact pistol. I think I've actually got a Glock, a blue Glock here. Let's have a look. So I have got an official replica dummy gun from Glock. That's just a training gun, classically called a blue gun. And just so that you know that that Glock 17 would indeed fit in that package. And there you can see we're locked down with the Glock inside. And then it just pops open like so. There is actually enough room in there for the Glock and 2 magazines. As you can see, you might even be able to squeeze a third in there, but plenty of room. Comes with a carry handle at the top, very, very sturdy, nicely built. And then we've got some rubber feet on the bottom, so if you put it down anywhere, it's not going to scratch up the surfaces. But the bottom line, very, very simple product indeed. Pops open, as we've seen, speed locker. It actually has some rubberized material in there so that it remains watertight. So if you left that somewhere that was at risk of getting flooded or something like that, obviously it's going to float. But even if it was held down, you know, underwater, or it had really heavy items in it, it's not going to have any water ingress issues. And it features a couple of holes in the bottom, you can see there and there. You could actually screw it down and hold it statically to a vehicle or to a tabletop, something like that, or maybe even under your bed, anywhere like that. And you could have it so you could just reach under, very easily press the 2 buttons on there, and you would be able to gain access to what was inside. We also have screw holes through there, so if you wanted to secure top and bottom, you could secure it via that handle as well. Guys, I hope that is of interest and use to you, the Streamlight Speedlocker. This model is the 7080. Currently, I believe this is the only one, but I'm sure if they become popular, there may be some others in the range. RRP on these is around about $150. I would imagine it would be similar money in the UK, plus maybe 10 or 20 more, because we always kind of pay a little bit of a tax hike, especially since Brexit, etc. But if you are in the market for something to keep people safe and keep things away from prying hands, then that's a small amount of money to spend. And obviously you've got your quick access taken care of. Obviously there are loads and loads of lockable boxes on the market, but most of them are fiddly. I've owned various lockable boxes before. Nothing gives you speed of entry like that I've come across. You know, everything's reliant on padlocks and various combination locks, etc. Or digital, which obviously can go wrong, run out of batteries. In fact, I had a digital safe, which was reasonably quick to get into until it actually stopped working altogether, and then I had to take it to pieces with a sledgehammer, which took about an hour or so and was not fun. Streamlight Speedlocker, I'll chuck a link below. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this, and I'll see you all next time.